Yeah, I can see.
Okay. Of course, I'm gonna change my skin to WSC. Alrighty. We'll get into the Grand Finals pool without further ado. Starting with No Mod 1. Oh wait, it's not on stream. There you go. True! You should watch the show, by the way.
You should also watch both the Raw.
True. I'm gonna turn the volume a bit. Okay, there we go. Starry says unclickster circles. But yeah, this No Mod 1 is pretty interesting. There's a lot of jump aim tested, but there's also going to be a lot of space bursts that could catch you off guard as well. And they come after jumps, so...
Wait, do I have this map? I think I have this map already.
Falcon, that is part of the Laser client. There's a tab called Mappool Showcase, I think, like dedicated for this. And it'll just have this available. So yeah, there's a lot of conventional aim. I'd say also a lot of anti-aim in here too.
At least this is the No Mod 1 I'm looking for. Higher BPM, not as boring.
Not as boring.
But yeah. It's like a map I won't sleep on.
Fair enough. This song is also just a banger.
Yeah, it's fairly good.
Also, we have double Claris No Mod 1, by the way.
Yep.
We had Luminous earlier, and now we have Alive. Which also makes this the second map that is second song that is titled Alive, because Alive was also No Mod 2 for round 1. So it all comes full circle.
It's full circle, oh my god. How could you do this?
Full circle.
We're going back in circles.
Gotta click them.
All these circles are being clicked.
I'm gonna turn it up to 200. Hold on. Yeah, that section might be a bit mean if you're shaking up until that point of the map. Just like a lot of spaced 5 bursts that come right after one another. Lots of places to miss, I think, when you're under 30 nerves. But yeah, this is a very fun map. I think y'all, 3 of you left will have fun with this. As well as the people playing in the show match. Which I still have to figure out, by the way. Alright, that's No Mod 1.
Okay. It is indeed No Mod 1. No modification 1.
Where is my No Mod 2?
Oh my
there
god,
it is.
the mod is pretty cool.
Okay.
I can play this. Just have me hop on and play this. Yeah.
True. Alright, so we got Lionheart. This is a real No Mod 2.
It is.
This is stamina galore. 5 bursts, 8 streams, 16 streams. A little bit of flow aim thrown in, but most of it is just going to be stamina. Can you keep up at 180 BPM when the streams are actually real? Holy shit. Imagine. But yeah, you're gonna have a good time with this Gudrun, I think.
That's if it doesn't get banned. I don't know who I'm playing, so if I'm playing Linfong, I'm pretty sure this is banned.
So when do you want me to reveal your opponent?
Never, because I'm gonna watch the ball.
Oh, okay. I was gonna go over like how the bracket would go, but I guess I can save that.
So I'm gonna watch the ball.
Okay. So yeah, there is not much else to say about this No Mod 2. This is Gutrun's territory, so.
I have not much else to say about this. Just the No Mod 2. I can play it. I don't know about others.
The real question is, can the people in the show match play this?
Probably not, let's be honest. Let's be honest, unless you include a 5-digit, no.
Nell might be playing. I don't know if the Gamnoxu guy's playing. I mean, he wanted to. I don't know if I'll let him, first off. Because he's like legitimately really, like, better than most people in this field. And literally just, like, speed player extraordinaire. But second, I don't know how the teams are going to work, because there are 5 people who are out. I might ask Seiji.
Ooh. I saw Seiji join the new,
Yeah, he's back. And he said, like, if we need someone to sight read on that day, then we can ping him. And he'll see.
I also remember that he might not be available. So.
Alright.
I mean, I remember reading that. I'm not sure.
But yeah, we need to figure out a timing day for that show match, because I'm going to be busy next weekend too. I think Sunday's the only day that I will be, like, fully available. I don't know if, like, the winner or, like, the loser of that match is going to ping you and ask to schedule. That might be spoilers.
I mean, I think both of them know that, I don't want to know. So.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Okay, so that's No Mod 2. Have fun getting Stamina capped on that. Let's see, No Mod 3, where are you? I have an almost FC on this. I fucking choked in the last 80 combo. Sad.
This map. I played this in a tournament.
Oh, so you're familiar with it. Can you play it?
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with a lot of the maps I've seen. Actually, I pulled this exact diff in Coco's Battle Royale.
Gotcha. Next weekend, well, the Redemption Show match is meant to hype up the the final matches, so.
Yeah, it's the same exact map.
So yeah, this is No Mod 3. This is gonna be the alts. This is a lot more flowy of an alt map than a lot of the others. So it's gonna be like hitting like very awkwardly spaced patterns like that. So it's not as intense as the one in the previous match in terms of like just like raw spacing, but the control elements are going to be a lot more emphasized here. So maybe Redemption Show match Friday, Losers Finals and Grand Finals both on Sunday, is what I'm thinking. Indeed, Zach is a very good artist. I also like Serendipity from them. That was also an OWC. Like that, I just watch tournaments to find more songs to listen to, like Galaxy Brain. but
Yeah.
I really like this artist.
You guys should also not watch the anime of this. It's actually
Of course.
anime. It's like I read the light novel for Classroom of the Elite, and I'm just like, this got really mid very quickly.
Ooh. Once again, following the theme of banger OPs for shit shows.
Okay. But then there's Bocchi the Rock. That's the exception.
True, Bocchi the Rock is the exception. So yeah, not much to say. I think the difficulty of this map maintains, like, is pretty consistent across the whole thing. So it's just about how many of these patterns can you hit, or none of them if this map gets banned against Dama. How many bad OPs can you think of? That's a good question. Yeah, I have to think. I'd have to really dig down and think about that.
I mean, there's plenty. There's in fact a really, really bad opening in this current season for the anime called Liar Liar. It is so fucking bad.
Oof. Right, that's Nomad 3, and I think everyone will be glad to know that Nomad 4 is actually playable this week. Enjoy. This is Sick by Eagle. This was, the higher diff of this was Nomad 4 in OWC 2020, round of 32. And the lower diff is pretty appropriate for this level, I'd say. Huh?
It's a down map, I'm already happy.
Down's insane. The easiest way to, like, make Gutrun happy. It's just Down's insane.
Playable tech, what is this?
Well, imagine these sliders aren't, like, overlapping each other completely.
I like
Okay, Osu. I didn't break there, but sure.
I like overlapping fighters. It's fun. It's also impossible to aim, but it's like...
Oof. So yeah, I guess I'll just let the replay keep going, even though it messed up the replay. Like I'm like top 50 on this map, so I don't break on this. If you were gonna argue that.
It's just the lag.
Yeah, it's just the lag.
Replays work like that.
SMH. Starry,
Yeah,
a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh openings are bad. That's the first thing I can think of.
Bro, pedal to the metal? If that, excuse me now. That's just a joke.
My god.
Pendulum beat?
Yeah, Pendulum B is fucking terrible. As much as Lum will try to convince you otherwise, that's a terrible opening.
Alright, time to ping Long.
And of course okay. So I suspect that the client the Osu client broke at that exact point to get me to 97.27% accuracy at the end. It was like 97.32. I can tweak that a little bit.
Yeah.
And just make you all see it. Okay. So I think a lot of you know that I'm the main pooler for this tournament. I do like the majority of the pooling, and I send it over to my other TOs, Nell and Prophet, to review. This is the Prophet map. This is a map that Prophet suggested. Prophet pooled a couple maps here. I'll point them out as they come. So yeah, this is the No Mod 5. This is 200 BPM speed, but that speed will require some flow aim at the end, so if you're not comfortable at 200 BPM, if you're only comfortable at hitting bursts at 200 BPM, then you're gonna be in for a rude awakening when the end comes and hits you with the 12 stream. But if you're comfortable at this BPM, then go off, King or Queen. However you prefer to
have a
call it.
replay on this. I should test this map. Like something I can do.
Yeah, for sure.
Wait, do I even have a play on this map, period?
I don't think anyone has a play on this.
No, I know I have plays on this. I don't know if I have submitted one or not.
I can check after the map ends. This song is a banger though.
Yeah.
I agree. So even if you can't play it, you'll enjoy it for that alone. Right, there's the 12 stream, by the way. So if you can only burst 200, you're not going to have a good time once it gets to that pattern. I mean, this might be perma-banned against you. I don't know.
Maybe. I think if I'm playing against Aryan, probably not. But against someone most definitely, yeah. I don't think someone can play this map. Funny 16-note stream.
Indeed. Alright, let's see if anyone has a play on this. Okay, never mind. Everyone has a play on this.
Everybody has to play on it. Hold on. Yeah, I'm there.
Yikes. Okay. Thanks, Prophet.
Yeah, it's a very popular map.
Thanks, Prophet. Anyway, that is No Mods 1 through 5. Now we will get into the spicy No Mod 6. You want a down map? You want a down map? You don't get one.
Oh,
I'm sorry. No down map this time. Instead, you have bomb defusal.
What the fuck is that?
You have bomb defusal. CS2, AR 7.6. Enjoy. pretty standard hidden aim map. I don't know why I did that. Oh, because it thinks I'm playing because I didn't click. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Wasn't this a hard rock? And oh, this is
The lower diff was a hard rock in
yeah.
in the Quiz Up Osu Cup 2020.
Yeah.
This is the map where Seiji went on like Omega Tilt. Probably got like 330k on this, and that was still enough. But I prefer not to talk about my friend's lowest moments, so I'm just gonna stop there.
You shouldn't have even mentioned it, to be honest. But,
Huh?
okay. You shouldn't have mentioned it, but it's okay.
I can't hear you very clearly.
Oh, sorry. I'm eating a tiny bit because it turns out I haven't eaten since 12 a.m.
Ah. Okay, I'm gonna turn up Discord a little bit. Hopefully that helps. But yeah, this is a pretty standard hidden one, I think. There are no 190 bursts like with the Boshi map last round. So you're not gonna get like
another Boshi map, to be honest.
There are none. I checked. There are none at this level that like fit any of these slots.
You've checked every single Boshi map, including all the ones that got nominated just recently.
Well, you know me and pulling unranked maps or maps with no leaderboards.
There is literally someone who got 17 Boshi maps nominated in a span of like 1 hour.
Oh my god. All Bochi maps?
Yeah.
That's dedication. But yeah, continuing on with this map over here, yeah, typical hidden one, like awkward aim with some burst thrown in. Yeah, it's AR 9.2, which means that, ironically, hidden is not going to be as hard on this map as it is for the rest of what we're going to show you. I'm sure Aoyan would love it if I pulled... yeah, because he would be the only one who could play them. I might explore the unranked DT2s or Nomad 2s in the future. I might explore some of those. But not for this tournament.
Explore more in unranked maps. There's a lot of really cool unranked maps.
Yeah, they're hard to find though.
I mean, there's a lot of maps from like, let's say, Fortnite that have a bunch of good bits. And you're completely unplayed.
Ugh.
Especially at this level.
Yeah, I will go digging next time I pull for a tournament, but yeah, like I said, not this time. Maybe if y'all are around in the winter and all available for a tournament, then question mark? Question mark? Yeah, WWC. Maybe. Say less. Alright. I think that one's gonna be 50k plus. So Nell gets to play, a couple other people get to play. And then I can finally ping Zokai and try to get him back. Okay. And now for the hidden 2. So you dodged a bullet, because I was about to pull something that was more unplayable also.
Why do you say everybody spams the funny?
Oh my god. But yeah, this is a real pull from one of the KSU tournaments, I think. I think this, yes, it is.
I don't think we actually pulled this.
I remember this being in one of the pools. Or at least it was like a very strong candidate.
Yeah. I think we replaced this with Kaiku.
Okay. Okay, so this might be the first time we're seeing this.
Also, I don't think we ever pulled this deck. But I could be wrong.
I remember playing this for polling purposes. But yeah, this is a very, very easy hidden 2, I would say. I think the biggest thing is like if you undertap these streams, then you're gonna miss, but it is very easy to read, I would say, compared to the other one that I was gonna pull. I just want to see this map get picked, so like there was like a Taylor Swift map, I think, that was one of the candidates, but it was like way too hard, and I couldn't get a replay on it, so. And I figured, like, with No Mod 6, you already have enough reading difficulty in the map, you just have this. You know, free Dharma point.
Question, I saw 20 maps, are there 20 maps in the pool? Are we going to a DQ5?
You'll see. But yeah, I knocked out this replay in one try last night because I was like, do I want to keep this map in the pool? And I was like, yeah, I might as well. So I made a replay for it. This map is so fucking easy, dude.
The song's good, also.
Okay, hidden 3. Let me see if I can remember what it is. Oh, it's this shit, right. We're watching my failed attempt at trying to get a replay, how about that?
Okay.
It's still 900k, so... So, hidden 3 is going to be tech. It is relatively low BPM, but that just means all the cut streams are going to be coming out. This is a pretty short map, just under 2 minutes, but there's a lot of difficulty packed in here. Big L for Swifties, oh my god. Yeah, I was like, do I want to make hidden 2 just the Kamkatsu slot? But yeah, we've got some tech. Finger control section. Cut streams will come at the second part of the map, I think. Yeah, this is still relatively easy so far. Got some more finger control, a little bit of reading difficulty with how these notes are stacked on top of each other. So Aoyin's probably going to FC this in match, let's just be honest.
I don't know, Aoyin's not a good player.
I mean, he FC'd hidden 3. Spoiler alert. That's the only spoiler I will give for that match, but he FC'd hidden 3. Alright, here come the cut streams. And yeah. And yeah, these sliders stacked on top of each other going the opposite direction, and I think I just break my combo here, yeah. Goodbye combo. Wait, what? Yeah, goodbye combo. Yeah. Yeah, that ending section is by far the hardest part of the map when the sliders like go back on themselves and shit. Some overlaps there that will be very difficult for everyone to hit. But yeah, that is going to be hidden 3, and hidden 4 is another profit pool. I can't play this, by the way. When I can't play a hidden, you know it's fucked up. So yeah, this is another map that Prophet suggested. This was originally going to be for the previous round, but I said this is way too hard. So I put it in Grand Finals instead.
Is this for rice stacks?
Okay, so we got some doubles here and there. You know, map starts off pretty easy.
Are those burnt rice doubles?
Indeed.
Goodbye tournament clients, I guess.
Alright, now we get into the cut triples. And alt/tech hybrid section, which I'm sure Aoyin and Dama are going to love. So this does test those two skill sets, kind of, but most of the difficulty is going to come, like, can you hit these cut bursts, essentially, and these space streams? Or, not space streams, spaced alt patterns. Accelerating alt pattern, yeah. I'll show you all the hidden 2 that I was almost gonna pull, but... Actually, I don't think we'll have enough time for it. Okay, in the chat, the council gets to decide, do you want to see the hidden 2 that was rejected for being way too fucking hard? But yeah, this is a pretty fun gimmick map, even though it is basically unplayable. Have fun. Okay. We'll move on to Hard Rock 1. So I found this map by accident. Because I was looking for Hard Rocks and it said Felt. So I was like, oh, more Toho. More Toho. It is not Toho.
Yes, it is in fact not Toho.
So yeah, this is Hard Rock Anti-Aim. Enjoy.
I'm gonna have to go, fortunately, but I'll watch the rest of this, okay?
Okay. Catch you later. But yeah, more. I guess the lore on this was, yeah, I was looking for a Toho, Hard Rock, and then I came across this, and then I was playing it. I still didn't know this was the wrong Felt, so I was like, so when's the piano coming in? When's the like Toho motif coming in? And then it just kept hitting me with this with this rap, and I was like. And I was still in denial at this point of the map. I was like, is this like a collab between Felt and like some hip-hop group? But no. The hip-hop group is called Felt. So, yeah, this is no longer a Toho map. No Toho Hard Rock 1 for you, but hope you enjoy this. I still think that this song is a banger. And this map should be pretty difficult for everyone. It's only 5.3 stars after Hard Rock, but still has plenty of very difficult patterns. Especially with the anti-aim and the stacks, and the reading difficulty that goes into this. By the way, anyone else who wants to jump into live react to the pool can do so. In my Discord server. Just hop into general, and then I'll put you into streaming. And let me know when you're in Twitch chat so I know to get you in as soon as possible. Yeah, Hard Rock Anti-Aim. And the anti-aim gets pretty nasty in this section over here. When it looks like it's getting slower and then it like stacks notes on top. Yeah, like that. So you might over-aim those patterns and break there too. But yeah, other than that, not too much left to say about this map. Right, that is going to be Hard Rock 1. Kind of an experimental... sort of experimental with the anti-aim that goes on in this, but I think it is still pretty appropriate for this slot, and I think this will be fun to play. Even if you can't play it, it'll be fun. So I feel like the map is also really, really interesting as well. Okay, so that is Hard Rock 1. Hard Rock 2, we are finally getting into high AR, high CS. So this will be CS 6.5, AR 9.8. But the patterns in this are still going to be pretty simple. So we got the K on Hard Rock 2. I guess this is where this is where the Katsu map is going this time. Yeah, I would say the patterns in this are a step down from the Kotoko Hard Rock 2 that was in the previous match, or the previous map pool. But the difficulty is just going to be can you keep up at AR 9.8? And for the players remaining, I feel like that is going to be a non-issue. This map is also 3 minutes and 41 seconds long allegedly. The drain time is only like 3 minutes though, so you're not going to actually have to play the whole 4 minutes like you would with the previous Hard Rock 2. What else is there to say about this? This is honestly pretty simple. Aside from the AR 9.8, I feel like that's just the main gimmick of it. Combo game this if you must. Alright. But yeah, how are you all liking the map pool so far, by the way? For a few of you who are watching. There's a little stream there. Should be fine. I think that's like the only instance of that. I haven't played this map in a while. This was for round 4 in my 5 map pool arrangements when I first started pulling for this tournament. So like I put this in the pool a long time ago. I was like, okay, this stage is where I introduced AR 9.8 Hard Rock 2s. And so it's been a while since I played. I don't remember if there were any more bursts anywhere. Also, make sure not to get slow slider by the interesting slider shapes. That's another thing. Okay, let me check. Okay. Yeah, I forgot what Hard Rock 4 was. Just need to remind myself. Yeah, that is going to be the Hard Rock 2 for this week. Let's move on right ahead to Hard Rock 3. Unfortunately, Gutwin's going to miss this one. Because this is probably something that she would do very, very well on. This is Hard Rock. This is exactly like BS Power, but like 5 times harder, I would say. Because you are no longer playing on OD 5.6, you actually have to act these streams below. So this is bursts and streams on high AR. Once again. And once we get to the halfway point, there's a nasty surprise waiting for the players. Or like the end of the map, there's a nasty surprise waiting for those who dare pick this. But yeah, once again, to reiterate, Hard Rock, a lot of its difficulty comes from players not being able to properly process the overlapping patterns or stacks or any like note stacks that are in the map. And this map tests all of that basically to the max here. Can you hit these triples? Can you hit the occasional 8 burst that comes in like this? If your reading is not on point for Hard Rock, those are not going to be easy for you to get your footing on. And I feel like this map would definitely like favor Gut Rune. Like this is either permabanned against her, or she FCs this randomly against one of the 2 remaining players and just kind of pops off. So I'm waiting for Domo also to get 913k on this in the show match too. We all know what's coming. So yeah, I think as we approach 700 combo, the fucked up pattern is going to rear its ugly head. Here come the fucking death streams on AR10. The spacing is not very high, but yeah. Enjoy hitting death streams on AR10. If you thought the bursts were bad, you're not going to be able to process this. Either a lot of AC is going to be dropped here, or you're just going to chain miss on this and feel really bad. But yeah, thankfully the death streams don't go on for too long, but yeah, that's going to be the hardest part of the map for a lot of the players in the show match and left in the tournament. Alright, that is Hard Rock 3. We move on to Hard Rock 4, which is the gimmick Hard Rock slots. Once again, just like Wrinkle, this is going to be about whether you have the aim control and finger control necessary to hit awkward patterns on high AR. This is much harder though, because this is 222 BPM, and there are some cross-screen patterns that happen. So if you're not comfortable playing at this BPM, then you're not going to have a good time. So that is basically where this, where the difficulty of this map is going to come in. It is just shy of 2 minutes, so every break is going to count once again. But that also means the map is over very quickly for those of you who are not going to enjoy playing this. Those fast kick sliders before the long sliders can also get you if you're not expecting those on AR10. I would say this is definitely less rhythmically complex than Wrinkle is, but makes up for that by being a lot faster, with very high slider velocity on this, on some of these patterns, as well as some cross-screen patterns that you have to hit on very high BPM. Will more than make up for the rhythm kind of rhythm nerf with more of a mechanics requirement to play this. I would say this map is definitely not as interesting as Wrinkle. Like, it's not the perfect fit for Hard Rock 4, like Wrinkle was, in my opinion at least. But this is probably still going to be good, just good enough. And that is Hard Rock 4. I assume this will be a lot easier for some of you than others. And now we get into the Forbidden map. So, this map is not actually in the pool proper, but in the show match, this is free mod 3. And you're wondering, what the fuck? There were 2 other free mods. Yes. So in the show match, Hidden 4 and Hard Rock 2 are free mod 1 and free mod 2 respectively. So that's going to make things a little bit confusing for you, but yeah, this is only going to be played in the show match. Mostly because there was no quality control done on this map. I saw the replay and I'm like, this is probably good enough. It's 240 BPM with a ton of RNG buzz sliders. And anyway, I guess I should also explain how the free mods are going to work in the show match. So the free mods will force the mod that that would originally have been on the map for at least one of the players. So one of the players will have to play hidden on the free mod 1, which is hidden 4 in the actual tournament. Then one of your players is going to have to play hard rock on the hard rock 2, which is the free mod 2 in the show match. And then on free mod 3, there has to be one hidden and one hard rock. So this is going to be working with standard free mod rules. The other free mods, you only have to be forced on one of them. On this map, you have to be forced on both mods. So yeah, that's going to be fun for y'all. I did not playtest this map. I did not let the other poolers know that this map was going to be in the pool. Or technically in the pool. Because once again, this isn't being played in the match itself. But yeah. This is going to be an extra challenge for those of you who are playing the Redemption show match. If you want Redemption, you gotta play this map, I guess is the message that I'm sending. And yeah, I think the patterns kind of mellow out until the end, where there are like 240 BPM bursts. I'm not expecting anyone to hit those except maybe Nell. Maybe Nell can hit those. If Nell plays in the show match, that is. Yeah, I mean, this map looks fun. That's all I'll say. Well, Kathy's also online. Maybe I can ask her to play in the Redemption show match if she's available. Because she said she wasn't playing in this tournament because she was traveling abroad, like right as the tournament started. So like she wouldn't have been able to make it. But maybe she can come back here. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah, here come the 240 BPM bursts. I don't think anyone is hitting this stream. Just double tap that. Easy, easy. Just double tap that. That is certainly double tappable. That is also double tappable. Okay, so for those of you who are playing the show match, this map is just for you. Have fun, good luck, good FUMO. You'll need it. Alright, that is the hard rocks. Now we're getting into the DTs. DT1 is going to be this. Some of you might be familiar with this song if you've watched Rio, I think is the movie. This is going to be 195 BPM agility. The spacing on these jumps is actually going to ramp up a lot compared to what you saw in previous rounds, like in Tier Rain and the Yanagi Nagi map. So these are legit jumps, and some of you can legit get PP from this. Like if you like grind this out in single player, like this is worth a lot. So you could technically call it farm. But I don't think it's like farmy enough to avoid being pulled in a tournament. So yeah, as you can see, jumps that end in triples. That is all this map does. Spacing will increase as the map goes on. But aside from that, it's pretty simple. Just your standard DT1. Nothing more to say about this. If you are confident in your aim, your agility, you will do well on this. And I think a lot of people playing in the show match will enjoy this as kind of like a cooldown map from all the crazy shit going on in the rest of the pool. I got pinged, so I'm going to check my pings. Double time aim. That is going to be it. Alright, moving into the DT2 now. From that is Spiral. So this is also a repull. This was in the, what's it called? This was in the Quiz Winter Show match. It is 192 BPM, basically finger control slash burst in streams. This is 4.8 stars after DT, so it is actually lower in star rating than Disconnected. Which probably has to do with the lack of an aim requirement in this map, but don't be fooled by the star rating. This map is plenty difficult and has been pulled in very high-level tournaments, as is, when everything around is like 5.5 stars. It's just like a 4.82 star DT2. That's nothing. And then no one can play it. So yeah. It's just like consistent bursts at 192 BPM. Control. And like you saw in the intro section, there are going to be more sections with those like continuous burst sections as well. I think one is coming up pretty soon. No, never mind. And by the way, this is something that Nell suggested for the pool. So this is one of Nell's picks, essentially. Very hard to find a proper DT2 at this level. Disconnected was kind of a miracle and a half that it ended up working as well as it did in that slot. But yeah, no one makes DT2s for this level, so had to reach back into the old bag of tricks and pull this back out of the grave. Aside from that, nothing much else to say about the map. It's just about whether you can hit those continuous bursts or not. And that's going to be it for DT2. And DT3 is once again a Senya map. This is Mermaid. So this map is 225 BPM after DT, so it is actually slower than the DT3 from previous round, but the patterns are significantly harder and the finger control requirements are much higher as well, with this map requiring you to hit several 5 bursts at 225 BPM. Lots of places to break here, lots of places to lose your finger control. Doesn't start off very difficult, of course, but that will pick up soon. And it's also OD7 base, meaning that you are not getting good accuracy on this anymore if you are not super comfortable at this BPM. Yeah, getting into the first chorus here. See a lot of linear aim, as well as some finger control requirements. Also, aim control requirements required to hit all of that, especially if you're not comfortable at If you're not comfortable at 225, then your aim and your tapping is not going to line up, and that's when those linear patterns get you. There wasn't a lot of that in the other Senya DT, but there's a lot of it here. Got some continuous triples here to trip you up. And finger control requirements just never let up. I don't think there might not even be a break in this map, I think. Never mind, there was a break. There's like one break for you to get your bearings back, and that is it. Fortunately for our players, nothing really going on in this breakdown section. You can kind of just kick back and relax just a little bit. And then the 5 burst hits, and giving a rude awakening back into the last chorus here. Yeah, if you're worn out at this point, then you're gonna drop a lot of accuracy here, or even get tripped up on the aim. Yeah, a lot of moving parts in this one, but I think it should be manageable for the players, for those of you in the show match as well. Okay, and that is going to be DT3, and DT4. This is a spicy one. This is Marami Pop, so kind of Toho adjacent, I would say. I don't know if the character in the background is Toho or not, but yeah, it is Toho adjacent. So, DT4 is the gimmick slot of the DTs, meaning that the patterns are going to be a little bit off, kind of off meta from what you would expect. And this DT4 is an alt map, essentially. So this... I played this map and I was like, this map is really cool, and then I realized I'm just pulling for Dama. But it's fair because I put a lot of tech in other sections. So, I think there are a couple people who came in. For those of you who are coming in, the last 3 players in this tournament left are Dama, Aoyan, and Gutrune. And I feel like a lot of the maps in this Grand Finals pool hit a lot of their strengths. With the Nomad 2 hitting Gutrune's strength, a lot of tech for Aoyan, and of course this Dama map for Dama. As you can see, the patterns are incredibly spaced at a very high BPM. You can feel free to single tap 277.5 BPM if you want, but that is not recommended. So most players will try to use 2 fingers to play this map with all the space patterns and the high BPM and spacing requirements. Yeah, what makes this map tricky also is that there are some triples thrown in the middle of all these alt sections, in the middle of all these sliders. So you actually do have to be able to hit triples at 277 BPM. It's not too much of an ask, I think, but it might trip players up who are like zoning in to all the alts in the map, and then they suddenly get hit with a triple and they break their combo. But I mean, I'm not a speed player, so I mean, if I can hit these, then you can hit these too. Alright, that is going to be DT4. It is an alt map, so enjoy your point, Dama. Or this might get permabanned versus Dama, who knows. Okay, and finally, at the end of this map pool showcase, we will showcase the tiebreaker, which is unfittingly called Prologue. See, you would think a tiebreaker would be named something else. You know, something like Grand Finale or something to cap off the tournament, like the Osu World Cup does. But no, this is called Prologue. Because in a way, we've come full circle. I mean, the Nomad 1 certainly did come full circle, considering it shares an artist with the previous Nomad 1 and the title of the song with the previous Nomad 2, which is really wild. Anyway, what was I going to say? So, yeah, Prologue. Right. This is the tiebreaker. For those of you who are unfamiliar, tiebreakers test as many skill sets as possible. And this tiebreaker emphasizes anti-aim, which means the circles are not placed exactly where you think they are. Look at that vertical jump section, kind of the map, the circles kind of like overlapping on each other, making it pretty hard to read. This is AR 9.3, but it still feels very dense sometimes with how this map is set up. And we'll get some isolated bursts here, like that. Space burst. A little bit of a slider section here as well. Yeah, the anti-aim coming out, testing a little bit of your tech ability as well. Not to, like, the extent that the actual tech maps do, though. So, I think y'all should be relatively fine on this early section, if not getting tripped up by some of the overlaps and the anti-aim. Right, moving on to the next section, we will get into a little bit of an alt section, I want to say. It's not here quite yet. During the verses, the map is pretty chill. Not too many places to break. But getting into what I think is like the bridge. I'm not exactly sure how this song is structured. I know it's like very unconventional. We're getting into the next section, I guess. Be careful of those kick sliders that replace where you think notes are coming in. More anti-aim coming your way. And ending this section is not exactly what you think it is. It looks like the same as the previous part, but there is a little bit of an alt section here with these space notes that will catch you off guard if you are not prepared for them. Alrighty. A little bit of a break here before the next hard part. The aim really starts to kick into overdrive at the end of the map. It was kind of like playing around, testing anti-aim for a little bit, and now the real challenge begins. Space stream galore. Now we get into real horizontal jumps. And they just keep coming. As the song grows in intensity towards the end. Another space burst. Aim patterns gradually getting more spaced out. Okay, seems like this is a bit of a break though. Another little alt pattern there just to catch you off guard. After your focus, like tunnel visioning all the aim, oh, just throw an alt pattern in there. Alright, so towards the end of that course, the map does slow down just a little bit, but don't you worry, because the map is not going to end with just a whimper, as you will soon see. As the last jump section comes in, uncomfortable jumps to cap off the map. And that is prologue. Alrighty. That is the Mappool showcase. Thank you all for watching and being here. Yeah, I don't think there's too many people left. There's no one in BC. So I will end it off right there. And go into the bracket preview. I don't think Gutrun is watching the live stream right now, so I feel pretty okay in showing what the bracket was like, especially for those of you who came in a little bit later. You will want to know you may want to know the results of the match. I will actually give you 30 seconds to mute stream if you do not want to see the results and if you want to watch the VOD later. So I will just chill out for a sec and look for someone to raid, I guess, in that time. If there's anyone to raid. Okay, so we raided Claire on Friday. So let's raid someone else. Let's raid Flutterbug. How about that? So we raid Flutterbug. And yeah, this is your last chance to mute the stream and look away for just a sec before our raid. I will let you know in chat when it's safe to come back. Anyway, so it's not safe anymore. I'm going to go to the bracket view and I will explain what happened this weekend. 3, 2, 1. All right. So the finals went down exactly like this. So Alien won over Dama 7-4 and is waiting in grand finals for the winner of Dama versus Gutrune. Yeah, got 2 points. So Gutrune. So I guess I should explain the previous round. So Domo made a huge upset versus Meow, 5th seed beating 3rd seed, 7-5. Then Gutrune, seed 7, makes another upset against seed 4, J Karate, beating him 7-4. And then they met today in losers semis, where Gutrune won 7-2 against Domo. And now the last 3 people left in this tournament are Aoyan, Dama, and Gutrune. And Dama and Gutrune will be fighting it out in losers grand finals next weekend. That will be a match to not miss. So hope to see you all there. And yeah, now it is safe. Wait, no, now it's not safe. I'll go back to this screen. Okay. If you're caught up. Stream. Okay, now it's safe. If you're caught up on stream, if it's still buffering, then there still might be some problems. So yeah, hope to see you all next weekend for our last 2 or 3 matches if there's a bracket reset. Last 2 matches. And yeah. But I will shout out some people who are live right now, who are who I will not raid, but who are very cool, and you should go follow them. Claire and Fox. Very, very cool people. Go ahead and give them a shout out. Here's my Discord, and here are my socials if you want to keep up with me. And yeah, that's going to be it. See you all in a bit, and our raid message will be... I can't come up with one. God damn it. Scrags and Gutrune aren't here, so I have like... I'm not content brain enough to come up with a raid message. Okay, so so maybe Hidden 2 won't be picked, but it will never be banned. Alright, see y'all later. I'm gonna pull up Flutterbug's stream to not get ad braked.